Alrighty, well, hello everyone, and welcome to the ninth live stream. It is New Year's Eve, so yeah, feeling a little frisky painting a MMC figure. That's never painted a third party before, but I have painted knockoff, so figured, hey, what's the difference? So yeah. Why, hello, Dark Prime, welcome. How's it going? Hello, Miss Doyle. Hello, Springlocks. Welcome, everyone. All right, right now I'm getting everything set up, so bear with me just a wee bit while I try and get situated. There we go. All right. You know, everyone thinks it's cool to be tall until you start bumping stuff with your legs unintentionally. Well, how is everyone doing today? Hello, Red Scarf. Welcome. All right. Oh, like a magic power. You know, I was doing just fine painting this Shattered Glass Alita. Didn't touch any of the wet paint, and as soon as I go live, that's when I start touching paint. Hello, Armored Convoy. Welcome. Oh, that's good to hear, Doyle. Oh, flea market. That sounds fun. No worries. I also haven't really been in the community all too often. I've been playing too much Destiny 2. Trying to become a gamer. All right. And let's see. All right. So today, I'm ready to answer all your burning questions. I apologize. I haven't uploaded in a while. Unfortunately, the last time I went to do a live stream, my internet decided to Kurt Cobain itself. So since then, we've switched internet providers, and it's been better. I think it's been better. So we'll see how this stream goes. Oh, really? You got a drone? Nice. Well, how's everyone's Christmas, and who's all excited for the new year? I had a pretty good Christmas. Went to visit my family, and then my girlfriend had family visit, so it was pretty nice. How would you recommend starting customizing? Well, it's funny. I just answered this question on the Lazy Eyebrows Discord, and I'm like, step one, buy a transformer. Step two, get paint and brushes. And it's really that simple. I started with spray paint and tape, and like a year later, I eventually bought brushes and whatnot. That's the best thing I could say. Just get something you want to paint, and then get the paint to paint it. You know. Unfortunately, customizing does get kind of pricey, and you need patience. Patience. Fireworks, yes. I'm excited because I get to go visit a place where they film the factory battle. Ooh, that's cool, man. Last weekend I got Perceptor Legacy GXs. Oh, nice. My house, we stay up till 12 a.m. on New Year's Eve. Oh, cool. Yeah, my girlfriend and I were thinking about setting off fireworks or firecrackers. We didn't buy any fireworks this year. We did last year, though. I think we also had Roman candles as well. Also got Coronation Starscream, Transformers Shatterglass Straxus Decepticon. There's already a Shatterglass Straxus. He's a bard. He plays music for D&D quests. The only customizing I've done is painting black over clear windshields. Hey, you know what? That's a good start. That is a start right there. Do. But yeah, starting out customizing, it's kind of scary at first. Like, this is my first third-party figure I'm painting, so I'm a little bit nervous. But, after painting regular figures for, I don't know, about 2 years and KOs for about a year, I think it's okay for me to step up my game a little. Not that it's going to turn out really good or anything. So I'm just expecting for passable. I'm not an amazing customizer. That's why I don't know if it's still my slogan, but it's mediocre. So we shall see how this turns out. I also got part of the Prime Jazz from my neighbor for 15 bucks. Ooh, nice. Not bad, man. I had to pay much more for my Power of the Prime's Jazz. Like 20 bucks, I think. Eesh. Okay, then, Paint, why do you do this to me? All right, I thought to get Gen 30 GXs, Shatter Glass GXs. Oh. All right, and a Shatter Glass Jazz. Yeah, Jazz doesn't really change that much from regular to Shattered Glass. That's why I decided to put a Jazz head on a Prowl body for his Cybertronian mode. Because for a while there, people just knew me as the Flawless Cybertron, the FOC Jazz guy, because I kept using that mold. So for actual Shattered Glass Jazz, I decided to use a Prowl body just to shake things up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a neat idea for G-Axis to use the T31 since we got the new one. I think most people like, oh, the old one? Pfft, nah, not my style. So I say go for it. I might copy you. Because for some dumb reason, I'm using Bumblebee movie Thrust. Oh, damn it. Oh, it's okay. That's got to get painted black anyways. Now, maybe one of these days I'll paint them, maybe orange. Shatterglass, Arachnimex, and Human Robot Mandroid Transformers Earthspark Customs. I don't know about the Earthspark figures. The only ones I'm really looking forward to are Bumblebee and Twitch. Everything else is just kind of meh. Like Megatron obviously deserves a Voyager, and that Optimus is just meh. Maybe the motorcycle guy, Thrash, I think that's his name. I might get him, but no promises, No promises. But Bumblebee and Twitch are definite pickups for me. Question: which do you think is cheaper, getting the Shatterglass Fun Pub figs or customizing your own? Well, I'll tell you what, the Fun Pub figs go for over $100 each, and a can of spray paint is $6. So with that can of spray paint, you could paint multiple figures. So I think it would probably be easier and cheaper to make your own. But there are some shortcuts. Like you see this GT. Is it GT or GTS? This override right here. Well, that's Shatterglass or Alita in the Fun Pub comic. So, what's cool about Fun Pub? They decided to reuse some characters or some toys that were just like, this is a random Decepticon, blah blah blah. And then they're like, you know what? Let's use that for Shattered Glass. Make it easier for some people to collect this shit. Could you do a Shatterglass bulkhead custom? I would love to. I would love to make a bulkhead custom. I have a bulkhead, right? I just don't have the right colored paints right now. I guess I need to get some Vallejo because I'm going to make Shatterglass bulkhead look like how he did in Broken Mirror. Because I really like the way Crosshairs Productions made his bulkhead. So I'm just going to copy that. Yes. Let's see. I honestly like Bumblebee and Earthspark just because the vehicle mode. Honestly, the vehicle mode looks kind of weird because it's all angular and then it turns into a square box in the back end. And it's like, that doesn't look very aerodynamic, you know? All right. What would be the colors and mold you would use for an SG knockout? Oh, that's a fantastic question. Don't know. I I've thought about getting the Takara Bloody Knockout for Shattered Glass Knockout, and I was talking with someone a couple weeks ago, and they suggested getting a knockout figure and painting him like Revenge of the Fallen colors from that old Scout toy. So I might do that. We'll see. Knockout's just not on my top list of priorities as far as characters right now. I want to get a 3D printer to make some replacement parts. Yeah, having a 3D printer would totally be awesome, especially when you need to arm up your soldiers. like your obviously your auto troopers and Viacons. You know, you want to give them all the same standard weaponry, which makes them a bit more uniformed and scary because they're devoid of personality and they're just machines of war. A live stream on New Year's Eve? Yes, Deltron. I know it's unexpected, but I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2, so that's why I haven't been doing live streams. And the past few days, I've been doing customs, and it's like, you know what? I should do a live stream. Why aren't I playing Destiny 2? You might be wondering. I don't know. I'm just not too interested this season. There's something about being space pirates last season that was nice to me, and then this season is like, oh, Rasputin and the Bray guy. It's like, oh, skip. In my house, New Year's Eve is stay up till 12 a.m. Ooh, nice. Also, I completed Lego Optimus in 15 hours. Ugh, that sounds. How is SG Superion coming along? Legit, I have not touched him since summertime, so he's not. His status is still the same as the last time I did a live stream, unfortunately. Maybe I'll finish him in 2023. No promises, okay? No promises. Like last year, I promised to finish the Junkion Combiner. I didn't finish that until this year, so yeah. My fingers hurt. Why? I thought of using Cyberfire Bumblebee from Movie Storyline to give him a new head and use him as SG Goldbug. Ooh. You know, you can do that. It's just a matter of finding the right head that fits. Like me personally, I'm trying to find an Earth mode for Bumblebee in the 1980s. And no, I refuse to make him a Volkswagen or make the hood his feet, okay? I like the style of Prime Bumblebee, the gray and yellow one. So I would like to find a figure that fits. Unfortunately, first edition Bumblebee's head does not fit on the Siege Datsun mold, which would have been perfect. Perfect, just paint the red bits yellow. So if I were to make a Earth mode for Bumblebee in the 80s, I would probably have to shave down the ball joint. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, Cyberfire Bumblebee, that would be a pretty cool gold bug, man. Because I built Optimus. Oh, okay, that's fair. Okay, even though it's a small minigun, can you just paint Legacy Bulkhead into TF2 heavy colors? Rare blue works. Maybe. I kind of like Bulkhead the way he is, but not using him as a Bulkhead, like giving him some other name. Like, I don't know. Just maybe one day I'll look up Transformers military trucks Autobots. And you know, there you'll get a list of military truck Autobots. So I might do that. Just change his name, you know? His name can be Rust Bucket. Also, what's up with the purple CW hotspot in the background? Oh, glad you asked. Because that is my shattered glass pyro. Shattered glass pyro, ladies and gentlemen. His head is not Hotspot's head, but it's a laser Optimus head. I think the paint's dry or not. I don't know. So there we go. Shattered glass pyro. Yeah, I would like to copy off the IDW comics with like his Optimus worship, but he's like a fanatic, right? So he tries to get others to follow him because he's so delusional. He actually thinks he is Optimus Prime, but he's like never in the same room as Optimus. So he like goes around on the opposite and like whatever galaxy side of the universe Optimus is on, he's on the opposite side. Or if they're in the same planet, he's on the opposite side of the planet. So they never meet up. And he's like, yes, I am totally Optimus Prime. You should follow me. So, yeah. I haven't put his backpack on, but I kind of like him without the backpack because Optimus isn't a fire truck. So, I don't know. We'll see if I put it back on. Right now, I'm just waiting for the head paint to dry. So, hopefully, yeah. I don't think I got it on me. It might be dry. Dumb thing though, the head, the ball joint kind of broke sometime in the past couple of days. So now his head doesn't want to stay on. So boo. Boo, Laser Optimus, in your weak ass ball joint. All right. And gotta paint that. Great. Clovis spray. There we go. That's the guy's name. Let's see. I've also been procrastinating because I've been swearing at 6-year-old. Oh, God. Nice. I want to remove the backpack on my AOE 2014 Bumblebee. Okay. I like that. Thank you. Yo, Dredge, what is up? Hello, Samurai Drift. Not much. Just trying to make a custom Shattered Glass Alita 1 using a Mastermind Creations figure. Is it heretical? Maybe. Is it fun? A little. Question for Auto Troopers. Would you buy the KISS player ones? If they were cheaper, I guess. I don't really like how they're not Auto Troopers in KISS players. They're Auto Roopers. They look kind of like a mix between the movies and G1, but like the worst parts of them. Like having the entire trunk be the feet. If I'm remembering right, aren't they just like Prowl? Like Binal Tech Prowl. I thought you were going to use Legacy Override. No, I'm keeping Legacy Override as Override. So I bought the MMC purple Severed Geist Optimus thing. One sec. Let me finish painting this part and then I'll grab it. So I wanted Shattered Glass Alita 1 at some point. Like originally she looks like this, but then she gets upgraded into a larger frame. And that's going to happen when, in my story, Rodimus becomes the next leader, like when Optimus gets killed, allegedly dies. Optimus allegedly dies, and Rodimus gets a hold of the Matrix of Leadership, and he gets the Matrix of Leadership because Alita pulls some string in the Autobot console to get him promoted. And he shares the power with Alita because he's like, oh yeah, Prime's chick is now my chick. So she gets the upgrade, and basically Shattered Glass Alita, instead of being a cool, compassionate leader, she's just a power-hungry bitch. Because, that's like what all the Autobots are. Rodimus is a mercenary that becomes the leader because he's power-hungry and wants to be in control. Alita 1 is also power-hungry. But then when Optimus is revived, he comes back, kills Rodimus, gets his Matrix, and Alita's like, oh, you've returned to me, my Emperor, or something like that. She's always saying the words that anyone wants to hear. So she's manipulative. Yeah, she's Manila. She lives in Manila. No, she basically gaslights people, I guess, because I can't say the word manipulates. Manipulate. She manipulates people. There we go. So she says the right words to stay alive, and she's just in it for power. Whoever's in power, that's who she's with. So that's why she has this upgrade for him, because she betrays Optimus for Rodimus, and then gets upgraded, and then Rodimus, gets his just desserts. Where do you buy the shattered glass decals? I get them from Toy Hacks. Oh, hello, Keldio. There we go. I'm thinking about using Netflix Alita 1 and turn her into my shattered glass. Fuck, I can't read today. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, dude, that sounds cool. If you can use that Alita 1, go for it. Alita just dupes and dumps Rodimus on Optimus because she's the bad guy. Yep, she's the ultimate villain. Because women can be evil. Remember that, guys. I'm not saying that because, I'm a man and I don't like women. No, sometimes men can be evil, women can be evil. If you had to pick a base for them, what would you base SG Defensor on? Okay. Well, so I've been thinking about that the past few months, and probably just Combiner Wars. Because with Legacy, they might bring us a new Defensor. And, oh, shoot, sorry. People are messaging me. So I was thinking about getting Combiner Wars Defensor and then repainting him, but I think I would mostly have them like black and gray, so they're more like Secret Service. So they're like Optimus Prime security guards. So when I say Protectobots, they're not protecting humans or other Autobots. They're just Optimus Prime security guards. So they're going to be in like, black, gray, silver color scheme. The combined mode would kind of look like Mega Empress, but, Defensor, as far as being mostly black with the highlight colors. Like Streetwise, is that the police car? He's going to be black with white to be like a state trooper car, because everyone knows the black and white color scheme for cop cars. Barricade wore it well in the movies. And then Groove, again, will probably just be a black motorcycle. I was thinking, though, for the helicopter, maybe paint him like Lifelight. The green and white helicopters? I don't know if that's just an Ohio thing, but green and white. As far as who's the other guy? First Aid. I was kind of thinking about making him like a fire rescue vehicle, because those come in black and red. And then with Hotspot, again, like black and gray, because there are fire trucks that look like that, and they're for like the White House, I guess. I would love to get a Rook to be part of that team because SWAT vehicle, but holy crap, why is Rook so expensive on eBay? He's like $60. Cheap. Oh. All right. Gaslighting, yum. Did this hot rod actually kill Prime? No. Ruben, Assassin Rose. Dredge. Can I ask just one thing? Yes, go for it. Women be crazy. Yes, sometimes. Also, now that I started playing Dead by Daylight, I can only think of the Dredge when I see your name. Yeah, my girlfriend's son plays that game, and he's like, hey, Edward, because that's my name in real life. In case you guys didn't know, hi, I'm Edward. He's like, hey, they made a villain based off you. I'm like, what? I saw him like, wow, I am way uglier than that in real life. It's all good fun. Yeah, no, I need to start getting royalties for that. I'm kidding. Speaking of royalties, I Googled Dredge X, right? Because I thought I was the only one. There's some other guy on the internet who's been going by Dredge X since the mid-2000s. So, whoopsie doodle. Sorry if that guy ever finds my videos. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I don't know why. Please tell me that is a knockoff Nitro. No, I've had it for like 4 years. It's okay. Now I'm imagining your SG Elita singing, I'm the bad guy from Wonder Over Yonder. Maybe. I like the IDW versions of the SG records and SG Autobots like the infighting. Oh yeah, infighting? Yeah, I see that. eBay overpriced the CW originals to hell. Indeed. Shattered Glass RC Studio Series Bumblebee movie. Yeah, I already have a Shattered Glass RC. Transformers Shattered Glass Nemesis Prime. But guys, I'm going to make a Shattered Glass Nemesis Prime, okay? Okay. I'm going to make it. It's going to be from this guy and also the Classics Optimus. I am going to make it. See, I started it. I just didn't finish it, okay? One of these days, I'll make Shattered Glass Nemesis Prime. Just not this year. In my universe, Optimus Prime is a vigilante whose secret identity is Orion Pax. Ooh, nice. By night, I go by Optimus. But by daytime, I am Orion Pax. I'm just a humble servant. I'm a librarian by day, but by night, I am the dispenser of justice. You'll find no mercy here. Only death. I hope someone gets that reference. All right, and let's see. I'm afraid Lego Prime is going to take a shelf dive, even though he's not near a ledge and not on a shelf. Well, keep him on the floor then if you don't want him to fall and break. If you guys have watched my live streams for a while, you know I constantly, stuff is always falling off the walls. For some weird reason, it just always falls. I don't have an OnlyFans, I have an Only Falls. That wasn't that funny. One of the pains of eBay is trying to find a Battlecore Optimus for less than 70. Hello, Elvis. Oh, yeah. Funny thing, Deltron, I actually donated a Battlecore Optimus once because I used to work at Marshall's, right? And Marshall's one of those stores. It's kind of like Ross or TJ Maxx where they get stuff from other stores that didn't sell. And I got a Battlecore Optimus, and I had it for a while, and it's just like, I don't know what to do with this guy. And that was way before I started Shattered Glass collecting, right? I didn't know about Nova Prime or anything like that. The only thing I knew about Transformers was the TV shows and movies, not the comics. And one Christmas, I donated it to a thrift store. I'm like, you know what? Maybe someone can find this for their kid, and they'll have a happy little Christmas. Or maybe some big nerd like me will find it. Who knows? And it was only like, I don't know, within a year or two after I donated that, it's like, holy crap, I could have sold this for $80. But obviously I'm not going to do that because when I do sell stuff, I sell it for cheaper than what I paid for it because, you know, that's the fun part about collecting is being able to share the collection with someone else and maybe cut someone some slack and sell them something for a good deal, you know? We're supposed to be a community of fans, not self-fulfilling, not self-loving, but, you know, being able to compromise every once in a while. Sorry about the long rant. Holy crap, why are there so many comments? Okay. Idea, maybe use the SS Nest Bumblebee as SG Viacon Scout variant. Maybe. Transformers Shattered Glass Bug Bite Custom Bumblebee Transformers Earthspark Custom. Okay. The one no one knows his identity because the Matrix gives off the same effect as Clark Kent's glasses. Or like He-Man, when he's Orion Pax, he's normal, but with the Matrix, by the power of the Matrix, I have the power! Something like that. The Only Falls joke brought me physical pain. Good. Cringe. Sorry, SG Alita 1, she's pretty much Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender. Maybe. Shattered Glass Chromia, one of these days. I'm actually thinking of use that as my own SG Nemesis. Oh, cool. Which sucks because it's one of my holy grails despite being a really rubbish base mold. Indeed. I was thinking making SG Goldbug be a leader of SG Throttlebots or SG Autobot Seekers or combine those ideas together. Go for it, man. Throttlebot Seekers, why not? Just woke up. Hello, Dredge. Glad to see you live again. Yes, hello, Eric. Good to see you. How many customs you left? How many customs are left? A lot. A lot, actually. Crap, I said I was going to grab Optimus. Let me get done painting the legs, and then I can show you guys the state of things. Because, like, I'll start a custom and then, like, not finish it for months. And then I'll start another custom and finish it in, like, I don't know, a couple days. I don't always finish the stuff I start, so I'm glad to know I'm not alone because I've talked to other customizers, and they're like, "Yeah, I bought this like 2 years ago for a custom and never finished it. Do you want it? Yes, please." Wow, this really does not want to be painted right now. Come on, I should have used primer. Everyone's gonna be mad at me, like, "Hey, why didn't you use primer for this?" Because I didn't feel like it. No, I gotta paint that black. The rest of that I'll paint black. Let's see. All right. Transformers Shatterglass Humans, Ghost Transformers Earthspark, SG Prowl out of RIDL1 Prowl. I mean, maybe. Maybe SG Bug Bite and GoBot Scooter Colors. Ooh. The series is bringing me physical pain as well because I have rewritten the first episode over 15 times. Oh, man. Imagine if Farm War was a cowboy. Well, she's a cowgirl, I guess. I always figured Flame War had the personality of Harley Quinn, so just giving Harley Quinn a southern accent, just might work. In my universe, Megatron is like Optimus Prime's Joker. Oh, nice. Like Wild Wheel? Maybe. I don't use primer for my customs. Nice. I don't use primer too. Excellent. I make customs in hours. I have problems, and when they scratch up, I just say I'll fix it later. Yep. SG Crusher using Power of the Prime's Jazz with an... Dude, did you see that? Do you have Facebook? Because I posted that on a Facebook Shattered Glass group. Like, hey guys, what about Power of the Prime's Jazz with the new head? I'm not saying you stole my idea, but I had that idea like a couple months ago, and I posted it on the Facebook group. So if you saw it, cool. If not, happy coincidence. The reason why I say Power of the Prime's Jazz with the new head is, one, the original Crasher toy was white, and they use that for the Shattered Glass version. And it's a very similar alt mode, just different robot mode. I've seen a cool digibash of SG Bludgeon using the Siege Earthrise Ultra Magnus. Huh. That will be like Shatterglass Menosaur. Maybe. My hand is getting me SSBBMV Ratchet. Oh, neato. Oh, you mean the Cybertronian one? Yeah, that's a fun figure. I'm still working on Project Wolfpack, but I'll definitely be finishing priming on Monday, so they're ready for vinyls. Ooh, that's cool, man. I look forward to seeing them. I definitely look forward to seeing them. If you're wondering why I'm just kind of glazing over this and not trying to avoid the red, that's because I'm going to come back and paint the red black. That way it kind of matches more of that toy. Oh, have a good one, Ruben. I've seen someone on TV who made the SG Stunticons in the Turbobots colors with Motormaster and Thunder Clash. Ooh. Like, I don't know. At that point, that's just not throttle bots. That's just the turbo bots, right? I'm gonna start buying my own figures when I get a job. Yes, that's good, man. That's good. I remember when I started working. At first I didn't buy Transformers because I wasn't making a whole lot. I mean, I bought a couple, but then when I started working a whole lot, that's when I started buying more. So it's like a snake eating its own body. It's an endless cycle of collecting. Just giving you a heads up, buddy. All right. Well, how is everyone's, since there's more people here, how is everyone's Christmas if you celebrate it? And if you don't celebrate it, how's everyone's week been? I will look at those comments in just a moment. Sorry about that. All right. think that's good enough. You know, I think I might just leave this part red right here because on the original toy, it's red right there. So I think I'll leave that alone, probably. We'll see. We'll see if I change my mind. All right, onward to the comments while I try to keep a promise I made. Okay then. Found a GDO hotspot for $40. Just got to convince myself to get it. Ooh, cool. Combiner Wars was literally a lot of prints on eBay with full. Oh, I'm gonna try to start getting core slowly, move to deluxe and so on. Oh, okay. SG hot links and GoBots leader 1 colors. That's just gray, right? My Christmas was good. Oh, all right. Didn't get to celebrate a lot, but I ate a lot of good food. Ah, excellent. My idea for SG Bludgeon is a noble samurai and not a cowboy, just using Times Returns Hardhead or Quake mold repainted into RAD 2001 Bludgeon's colors with Armada Meg's face on the Titan Master. Oh, neato. I can see that being a pretty cool custom. All right, so the reason why I'm painting Nitro into SG Elita 1 is because I have this Optimus right here. Oh, nice, man. Death Soars. My presents are still coming in. Cool. Pyro. No. Pyro is just a Prime wannabe. So speaking of Prime, I got this Optimus, and I wanted to make sure that Optimus and Elita were like kind of on equal standing. So that's why. That's why I'm doing this custom. There we go. So yeah, this is a totally awesome Optimus. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend it. Even if it means you don't buy any other toys for a while. Because legit, after I got this toy, I was like, do I want any more figures? This is, if I were to do a top 10 list, this is all top 10. I'm kidding. But no, he is awesome. The Senate. Prime, the Senate finds you incapable of leadership. I am the Senate. All right. Oh, dagnabbit. Hold up. I accidentally clicked on my Discord. There's a bunch of messages going on. How's Superion? Not done yet. Not done yet. All right. Let me get back. All right. Have a good one, Red Scarf. Alrighty. That's weird. All right. Cool. Let's get back to painting, shall we? Sorry about that, guys. Getting some personal messages coming in. Had to check those real quick. All right. Could you talk more about your SG lore? It seems pretty interesting. All right. What would you like to know? Because I can talk about it for a while, but there's still some ideas that I need to quantify to see if they actually work story-wise. Here, SG Pyro. I am the leader of the Autobots. Yeah, pretty much. Pyro literally thinks he's Optimus Prime. I need to clean off this table. Why does Beast Hunter's Optimus wings have Dinobot arms? What? Oh. Because I was working on this Dinobot. I didn't like the white chest, so I made it all more cohesive with the Dinobot mode. Or the dinosaur mode. And I'm thinking, while I have this gray paint out, I'm thinking about painting his legs gray, because the brown really just comes out of nowhere. Darn it! Everything's falling. Dinobots? Optimus Prime? No, I am. Oh, that explains things. Oh, the domino effect. Yeah. Yep, the domino. Bleh, the domino. The domino effect is strong on my side of things. Unfortunately. No, this is actually kind of an easy custom, just painting things gray and black. Unfortunately, though, I'm probably going to have to paint all the gold stuff silver, because that's just how it is. Also, the 13 and how the war started. Okay, well, the war started, it's kind of like IDW Comics. Of course, Sentinel is a failing leader, and there's a lot of corruption in the Cybertronian government. There's going to be kind of class division where you have the poorer sectors segregated from the wealthier sectors. Again, it's all somewhat stemming from the comics, because I do want to keep some cohesion with stories. Like, I don't want it to be like so far off base that it's like, what story is this? But because it's like a mirror, it's supposed to be reflective of what's canon in most stories. So I do want to try and stay true to that. Sentinel Prime is a corrupt leader, and Cybertron is failing because of his inability to effectively lead. There's a lot of greed going on with the higher council. I say console, like a video game instead of console. Console. So a lot of the citizens are getting really ticked off. What equates to human trafficking is pretty rampant. I guess robot trafficking, Cybertronian trafficking. A lot of people are disappearing. The government's being ineffective in taking care of resource management because the ones in charge are just being greedy and hoarding the resources for themselves. It's a pretty standard story. If you want to set up a villain, you just make them an ineffective leader, one that's power hungry and greedy, and that pretty much gets everyone on board to like, yeah, we need to stop this guy. So unbeknownst to the general populace, the higher ups in the society are actually like in a cult, and they're worshiping some dark deity. And I haven't figured out what deity I want them to worship. Cthulhu. They're worshiping Cthulhu, basically. And they're doing a lot of sacrifices. So the reason why there's a bunch of bots going missing is because the higher ups are secretly bringing them in and sacrificing them to Robot Cthulhu. And meanwhile, the general populace is starving, energon resources are depleting, and people are just going missing. So bots start gathering together. Orion Pax basically want to base them off of Hitler. Like, hear me out, right? So when Hitler was running for chancellor, when he was getting people riled up, like, we need to make Germany a better place again, he held his meetings in beer halls. So instead of beer halls, it's going to be like a energon depots, like a McAdams. So Optimus is going to host his first rallies there and get the hearts and mind off of drunken patrons to join him. And then those people tell their friends, and so on and so on. And then it spreads. And then Optimus starts having more public speeches and getting people to be like, yeah, the government kind of sucks right now. So eventually it's going to lead into a coup, right? Where a lot of the Cybertronians, they've sided with Optimus, and they're going to storm the Capitol and take down the Senate, the Council, and stop the corruption that's going on in the government. So after Optimus becomes the leader, after Sentinel's demise, Optimus becomes the leader. I want there to be like a time of peace. The Cybertron is expanding because the corruption's been cut out, and they're making smart choices and not being misled by Cthulhu or some other dark deity, which I haven't come up with. I'll probably find something in Transformers lore of a dark Cybertronian god or whatnot. And because they're making sound decisions, Cybertron prospers for over 1,000 years, right? It's a golden age. And it's because of Optimus and I forgot to mention Megatron. Megatron was there the whole time, but mostly Optimus. He's making the smart choices. He's leading people with their love and affection for him. But the Civil War starts after this golden era, right? So Cybertron is expanding beyond its borders. It's no longer just in its solar system, but Cybertronians are expanding to other planets. Well, on one of these adventures, they come across an alien race. So Optimus sends his best friend Dion. That's right. That's where I'm using Dion as like a trader, not someone who betrays people, but someone who trades goods and services. So he sends Dion on an exploratory mission to an alien planet, and Dion's crew gets murdered, right? So they send back the heads of the Cybertronians that went, and that really ticks Optimus off. So he starts a campaign to fight back against the aliens. Well, the aliens are part of a galactic conglomerate, right? That's what it's called. And when the aliens call for help, it's basically the whole galaxy versus the Autobots. And that starts hundreds of years of war and, Cybertronian warfare. The morale of the troops goes down because so many are dying. It's basically like a meat grinder for war, like World War I. Just countless loss, countless death. And the reason why the Autobots turn evil is because Optimus is desperate. He's asking his scientists to make like a drug that enhances the warriors that fight. So for the longest time, the main fighting force were Optimus Prime's what are they called? Auto troopers, right? Because they're volunteers. They're just going in there. They get reformed, and they all look the same, right? They all look the same. They're all serving the same purpose, the same goal for the Autobot Empire. Well, after so many have died, they now have to start. What is it when you start conscripting people? When you start forcing your citizens to fight in a war? Draft. There we go. They start drafting, and the morale of the new soldiers, the people that were drafted, is so degraded, right? They're just tired of the war. They're like, we just got done with oppression. We're now in a golden age, and now we're slipping back into this warlike behavior. So Optimus he asks his scientists to create this new form of energon, kind of like synthetic energon from Transformers Prime. And it has the same effects, but instead of Prime be like, no, Ratchet, you don't want to become this. Optimus is like, hell yeah, brother, let's go to war. So the Autobot armies, they all get hooked up on this super fuel, right? This drug. Now, the downside of this drug, it's energon that's grown from organics. So basically, when organic beings die, it becomes like fertilizer. Just like here on Earth, we use dead animals, we use feces as fertilizer, right? So the synthetic energon, it's based off of organic organisms, right? So it's this super fuel, kind of like fossil fuels. It's dead dinosaurs, right? We all know that fossil fuels are based off of dead animals or plants have been in the ground for a long time, and it's been compressed into oil or coal and whatnot. And that forms combustion in our engines. So the super fuel being from organic beings, it's more incentive for Optimus and the Autobots to kill organics and to use their like burial grounds as fertilizer for this organic energon. So it's perpetual, right? They go to war and they have to kill more to get more synthetic energon. And because they're so hooked on this, it's like PCP, and it's just an addictive substance. Megatron, however, doesn't agree with this tactic. He was like, yo, not yo, he's like, Optimus, we shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. But Optimus at this point has already been hooked on the stuff that he's blinded by his own arrogance and he's not seeing what he's become. So Optimus gets Megatron arrested and throws him in jail. And while in prison, or not jail, throws him in prison. And while Megatron is in prison, that's when he starts his first Decepticons. And the term Decepticons is basically Ironhide just saying sounded like white trash, like, oh, Megatron and his Decepticons, because, you know, lying convicts, decepted lying convict. Because Megatron is leading a group of rebels against Optimus, Optimus and the Autobots kind of paint them as the bad guys, right? They're liars, they're deceptive. They'll lie to you and tell you things that aren't true because Optimus, you know, has been at war for hundreds, if not thousands of years with these aliens. And he just wants to win this war, but because of the addictive drug that he's on, he doesn't see past the moment, right? He's just so hooked on it. And Megatron is seeing the corruption that's happening again. You know, the very stuff they fought against, he sees it happening in Optimus. And he just wants to help his old friend, right? But then Optimus stabs him in the back, throws him in jail, discredits anything he says, and that's how the war starts because Megatron didn't like where things were going and he wanted to make things better. And Optimus was just hooked on drugs. So that's kind of how it is because all the Autobot fighters, they're all hooked on this stuff. They're essentially have something that makes them evil. And unfortunately, because of this drug that they're hooked on, they're stronger, they're better. And, you know, that puts the Decepticons at a disadvantage because they're not hooked on this fighting drug. They're not hooked on synthetic energon. They're just fighting for freedom, not just freedom from Optimus and the aliens, but freedom from just having a free will, you know, to be free. And that's the base storyline. Optimus starting with good intentions and then loses himself, not just in the moment, but loses himself over the years after struggling for so long. That's how he becomes evil because he lost sight of what was pure and what was true. And he became blinded by hate and rage and just bloodlust. So that's the backstory. And then whatever else falls in line, I'll think of some other stuff, like the Decepticons working with some alien species to fight the Autobots. That's in there. That's not like a main point, but it sets up why the Autobots or why the Decepticons get along with humans on Earth, because Earth is like the last bastion. That's the last planet that Optimus hasn't tarnished yet. So the reason why the war on Earth is so important is because it's the last planet that hasn't seen Cybertronian war, and Megatron and the Decepticons want to protect it so much because they're tired of seeing others suffer from their war. And the war on Earth eventually just happens like every other world they've been to. They try to protect it, but the Autobots come in and they just wreck up the place. So Shattered Glass, it can be a fun story, right? It can be. And I do want to have some fun elements in, because all I'm talking about is like all grim, dark, and it's like, oh, in this alternate timeline, everything's messed up. I mean, there's going to be moments of levity in the story, but I want to somewhat tell like a realistic story. Yeah, realistic toy robots. A somewhat realistic story, and making sure each character feels like a real person. Like, what are their motivations? What defines them? And how can they grow and change? So, like with Megatron, he started out as a young idealist, just like Orion Pax. They had the same goals, but Megatron was wise enough to see where his ambition was taking him. He learned from Orion Pax becoming Optimus Prime that power, unchecked power for too long, drives anyone insane and mad with it. So Megatron's learning from Optimus, where he's failed as a leader and he wants to better himself and protect those from him because he sees Optimus as this monster. And Optimus, however, he's just so blinded that he doesn't see what he's doing as wrong. He feels justified. He feels like this war and conflict is for the betterment of his home, not realizing just what he's doing is so wrong and so beneath him. And then the Decepticons, not all of them are like super goody two shoes, just like regular Autobots. Not all of them are like, oh, for freedom. Some of them are just like, yeah, I'm here because I hate the Autobots, or I'm just here because I've seen the way the Autobots treat the soldiers. Something like that. Everyone has their own motives as to why they're fighting. And that's what I'll like to get to eventually. But unfortunately, stop motion takes a long time. So that is the Shattered Glass story. Yeah, there's a lot of conflict, a lot of war. And I do want there, again, to be moments of levity where it can be a fun story. I mean, there's lots of room between the start of the war, like 4 million years ago, to now. There's lots of time where good things can happen, where not every planet was totally destroyed and ruined, right? But every planet was touched, not every planet was ruined. So some planets, the Decepticons win, and those aliens are grateful and help them, and it's a good time. Other planets, not so much. All right, now to the comments. Dredge, any plans on getting Legacy Skyquake? Yes. When SG Pyro asks SG Optimus Prime, can he be leader, and Optimus pulls gun on Pyro face and he says, never mind, Transform ran away. Maybe. Dredge, are you going to get the Rise of the Beast figures? Perhaps. Does Ratbat become a member of the console? Maybe. Like, after Sentinel's taken down and his regime is destroyed, I can see that being a thing because, Shattered Glass is like a dark mirror of what could be. So Ratbat being a good guy, be like, hey, let's do something about this. He's probably going to die, because he's being a good guy. So we'll see. I don't have a Shattered Glass Ratbat figure yet, so no promises, but it's not off the table. Let's see. SG Alpha Trion, a jerk of a father, mentored to Orion, and then Magnum came to be Orion. Well, you see, Alpha Trion is the one who tips off Optimus and Megatron about the evil deeds going on. At first, Alpha Trion was a good guy, but then again, like so many others, he falls to war, and he ends up becoming like an evil wizard, kind of like Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Oh, no, not Sauron, Sauron. Because he's supposed to be so wise and, constantly looking to find new things. He finds the dark deity that the original council was worshiping. At first, he was put off by it, but then it started promising him things, and he becomes like this evil wizard. So, yeah, that's my story with Alphatron, becoming an evil wizard. And I think the main thing I wish to tell with this story is the power of learning and the ability to see the mistakes of others and learn from that so you yourself don't fall into the same traps people have, and how some things at first seem so absurd, but then, little by little, it's like, oh, okay, that's how they fell into this trap. But yeah, again, not total darkness. There are some good parts of a story I want to tell, but that's just like the main overview of this story. It's a dark war. Quintesson, I'm not too fond of Quintessons. I don't mind them as aliens, but as the creators, isn't SG Primus a dark god? Yeah. So I've been told. Oh shit, they're grave robbing, pretty much. Imagine if it was an alien plan to make Prime evil with that energy. No, it's just a matter of happenstance. Like, the original intention wasn't to make evil, it was just to boost morale and make stronger warriors. And kind of like drugs in real life, like I said, PCP, have you seen a guy get shot several times and still stand and fight? Drugs are a powerful thing and, addictive too. Let's see, what else? Here's an idea. What if in your SG universe the combiners were actually pioneered by aliens and given to the cons when the Autobots try and make their own? Well, okay, so for the combiners, that's again copying off the comics. That's like a shockwave invention. That's why for my Shatterglass Constructicons, I use the RID ones because that's, let's face it, that's not a very good combiner. The only reason why we like the build team is because they were in the show and they were fun characters. So the Constructicons, the original concept for them was to combine, but the first phase of the project failed, kind of. That's why he looks the way he does, because he's not a complete combiner. And then by the time the Combaticons come around, Shockwave has mostly perfected the combination. Now, before anyone asks about Menasor, I don't have any plans for Shatterglass Menasor because Menasor just isn't really a character I like. I'm sorry if you guys like the Stunticons. I really am. I just don't really care for them. I don't know. I don't really like the Stunticons. I'm sorry. If you guys do, that's awesome. I'm just not a fan. I prefer the Combaticons. Cybertron Sideway. No, yeah, I guess I could. I need to find the SG stop motion of Prime becoming SG Prime based on the Joker. Maybe. So like in Last Autobot Standing. I haven't read that comic, so I don't know what it's about. So maybe. I like the Stunticons, but the Menasor figures feel weird. Yeah, they got to perfect making Menasor before I make a custom. Maybe I'll just buy a third-party Menasor, Those third-party figures are pretty good. Oh, so a custom I will be working on soon is a Shattered Glass Wheelie. So that's a figure I'm looking forward to doing next year. Shattered Glass Wheelie. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Well, I did think about that because Wheelie is a Decepticon in Revenge of the Fallen. But there's just something so funny about the idea of Wheelie being from Cybertron Crumple Zone, just in regular Wheelie colors, and he fights Sharkticons. Like, come on, that's kind of endearing. I think it's a hilarious idea. So that's why I'm doing it, because I find it funny. The thing I don't like about Menasor is Motormaster makes up the most of it in Menasor 11. Yeah, that's another reason why I don't like the Stunticons, because it's mostly just Menasor and his dudes just hanging on him like, big hug. I mean, if you want to make it wholesome, Menasor is just a bunch of Decepticons hugging each other. And by the power of friendship, they have combined. I would just maybe have them talk normally or not at all. Because apparently in the Shatterglass continuity, Wheelie fights Sharkticons. And I think it would be a neat idea if he was mute, because a Sharkticon bit his voice box out. And I'm not going to make him like play songs on the radio or whatnot, but he'll just be like this big brooding guy that doesn't talk much. And then he'll come across regular Wheelies like, Wheelie want to say? Wheelie wants to Wheelie play. And then he'll just like throw him across the room like Hulk throwing Loki in the Avengers movie. Some comedy. In my main Transformers universe, I hooked up Hot Rod Rodimus with Override from Cybertron series. What colors would you use for Shatterglass Override? Ooh, that's a great question. A Shatterglass Override. I think a better question is what figure would you use for a Shatterglass Override? Would you like use an Alita figure? That way it's like, oh, Alita is Override and Override's Alita. They switched bodies. Man, I actually haven't put much thought into Shatterglass Override. Can't say. Maybe regular Megatron colors. No, that's too much like this. See, this is almost in Megatron colors. The gray, red, and black. You're probably gonna have to ask someone who's more into Shattered Glass than I am. Being honest, I much prefer CW Minosaur to any of the other you can Screamo City. Oh, nice. G1 Minosaur. I'm not gay. Yeah, Minosaur's not gay. They're just friends, okay? It's okay to hug your friends, all right? I'm so sick and tired of society being like, oh, if men are hugging, they're gay. Like, no, just means they're showing appreciation for each other. You can hug your friends. It's not gay. Now, if you start kissing them, that's, that's another topic. But hugging's not gay. They're just roommates. In the disc. Oh, you did? Okay. I will check that out eventually. Because after this stream ends, I'm going to be hosting an event on another Discord server. So we'll see if anyone shows up to that. It's going to be like a creative showcase where people show off stuff they've done this year. So we'll see if anyone shows up for that. I know 2 in the afternoon is a little bit early for some people. Wait, is it 2 or 1? Hold on, let me double check to see when I'm actually hosting that. But yeah, I think this is coming along decently. Maybe not the best, not my best custom, but not my worst. When did I say I would host that? Oh, okay. So I posted that at about 11:30. So in an hour, I'm going to be hosting something. All right. Now let's get back to the chat. No, my SG Prime isn't like a wild card. He's like I said, he makes dark choices, but they're calculated choices that he feels are justifiable in his mindset. He's not like a crazy psychopath. He's just lost his morality. The manliest hug is handshake first and a pat on the back. I don't know why I have seen almost everyone doing it. She Override is just her stock figure, but in RC colors. Yeah, maybe. I've talked with some guys that also do Shattered Glass customs, and they said Slipstream should be in RC colors. I thought that was a neat idea. But I don't know, trying to come up with new color schemes that haven't been used before, it's kind of daunting at times because you're like, ooh, can I do this? Or should I just copy that? Like, I don't want to feel lazy, but at the same time, it's like, what hasn't been used before, Because that's a thing about making customs is you can make it your own thing or you can make it someone else's or base off of someone else's work, but still have your own touch to it. Oh, so I don't know how many of you guys are watching, saw my custom collection video that I did earlier this year. Man, that was such a long time ago. Someone commented on it, you talk too much. It's like, but my man, this was a live stream. Like, how, what? You want me to be sit in silence the whole time? Just hear my breathing, just the whole time? I don't know. Sometimes people can be funny. Check on Discord on Transformers Toys. I will. I mean, he's like the Joker off the Battlefield, the minor Optimus father figure sighting. Wait, what? Okay, I have 2 ERRC custom ideas. 1, being in GLaDOS colors, and 1, her, but in the Samus colors. Ooh, Samus colors. You know what? That might actually work for Override, like Samus Aran from whatever series she's from. Metroid, there we go. Okay, well, obviously I messed up on the paint right here because it dried funny. All right, there we go. I gotta shake up my paint because it's getting a little bleh. Bleh. Does the Earthrise RC head fit on the Legacy RC? I don't know. Dredge. How would it be the other Dinobots colors repaint a figure stickered up like slag? Wait, what? How would be the other Dinobots colors repainted or figure stickered up? What do you mean? SG Sparkplug and Portal 2 Wheatley colors. So just all white. I not long ago clipped the cobble on my ERC and Netflix Alita and not sad with the results. They work way better as Figmas. Oh, the kibble. Okay, you clipped off the kibble. Yeah, same here, actually. Hold on. The ER Alita or Earthrise or Netflix Alita actually is not a bad action figure. It's just a bad Transformer. But as an action figure, it's not too terrible, actually. Let's see. There we go. All right. Well, I got to go, but hopefully I'll be back before your stream ends, maybe. Oh, well, I'm actually going to be ending my stream in probably about an hour. No, not an hour, 30 minutes. Probably in about 30 minutes or so. All right. Hello, Rezatar78. Welcome. Now, if you needed to repaint a figure or normal figure with SG Autobot logo sticker, like, what do you mean? Would it be easier to repaint or add stickers to a figure? Like, I didn't quite understand your question. I'm a little bit slow in the mind, so you gotta bear with me. I'm a wee bit slow sometimes. I tell people my brain is like a computer with 500 tabs open running on dial-up. It's there. It's just going to take a moment. Or 5. Also, for my GLaDOS custom, I also want to make a large armature to mirror her in-game body. But I do not have the knowledge for that yet. You can get like a lamp. You know those old-fashioned lamps like in the Pixar animation? Where it's an armature? You could probably just use that. Maybe. All right. Now the most annoying part about painting figures is getting inside the crevices. It's also very satisfying too if you could do it right. What in the hell? Why isn't that popping out? There we go. All right. Now it's easier to paint inside there. If there was a figure that suited better than if you repainted it, or if it wasn't, that their color scheme be. I think that's just up to personal preference, whether you want to change up the figure or not. Um, Sometimes I have fun painting, other times I don't have fun painting. I'm just like, ugh, why? Like it just really depends on how my day's going or what I'm in the mood for. It's like if I'm in the mood for painting, then it's really no problem. It's just like, yeah, this is fun, but it's like I don't feel like it. I can't even right now. And it's like, well, then I don't feel like painting a figure. It's like that saying goes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So we must defeat the beholder. Roll a d20 for initiative. That's a joke. All right. I really want Decepticon Mirage to make Dino. Ooh, nice. I made a Shattered Glass Dino out of RID Blur. And so far, the reception for that custom idea has been somewhat positive. Other than I need to add more detail to the car mode, which honestly, I'm scared to try and add headlights to him because I don't know if you can see my hand shaking, but I don't have the steadiest of hands, so trying to paint small details just gets kind of iffy for me. Now, maybe if I made vinyl stickers, that'd be something different, but I do not. All right, so for Shattered Glass Toxitron. Oh, no, that's... Hold up. Where? So I bought this KO oversized Optimus Prime from RID. This will be the base for Toxitron, and I was thinking about painting him in movie Megatron colors because the transformation's somewhat similar, but my girlfriend didn't like the idea of a mostly brown and gray custom. So I saw this really cool, what is it? Digibash on Google. So I might copy that Digibash if I ever find it again. It was like teal and orange, I think, which is a really good color combo. Oh, boy. Good thing I bought this gray paint. Dag nabbit. And now my hands are getting extra shaky. Fantastic. All right. Dredge, what did you do to him that took him apart? Easier to paint. My idea for SG Wheelie, he has foul mouth like Revenge of the Fallen villain, but using the Generations Wheelie. Oh, yeah. I do have that figure, and I'm using his head for the custom I'm making. So go for it. Go for it, man. Will you redo your SG Tarn now that we have... Oh, you know what? That's a great question because I have thought about it. Like, do I want to remake Tarn with the new one? But you see, the thing I like most about Shattered Glass is different bodies being used for different characters. So, like with Goldbug, it's not just some fucking Earthrise cliff jumper repaint. It's a Cybertron hotshot repaint, That's what I miss about the old Shattered Glass. And I have to say old because it's more than 10 years now. Man, 2008 was a wild time. So I like that aspect of Shattered Glass because it's not just the same base figure, but, ooh, new color scheme. I say that, but I do have several figures that it's like, oh, this is the base figure, but a different color scheme. So I like the variation of characters having variants of bodies, like my Shattered Glass uh, Flame War. It's that. It's using Prime Hotshot's body. Why? Because Flame War is a weightlifter, okay? In Shattered Glass now. And I don't like the laziness Hasbro took. It's like, oh yeah, Shattered Glass of Flame War. That's just regular Flame War. You nitwits. You ninnies. You want to make Megatronus? Oh, cool. I want to make Legacy Motormaster the Toxidron, but I don't know how to put the rest of the Stunticon. And the only Rodimus I have is Nemesis. Lol. Oh, the only Optimus you have is Nemesis. Cool. I wish for SG Goldbug they used Hot Rod. Yeah, we all do. Or someone made a cool custom from Sunstreaker, Earthrise Sunstreaker, which I think would have been nice. And then a friend of mine, he made a regular Goldbug from Earthrise Runamuck. So yeah, he made a pretty cool regular Goldbug. But yeah. So I don't really like Shattered Glass being one-to-one. I like the aspect it's a mirror, but if you look in the reflection and it's broken, like a broken mirror, then it's a little twisted, the image is distorted. So it looks very similar, but slightly different. And that's what I like most about Shattered Glass. It's slightly different. It's not one-to-one. A lot of things can be similar or the same, but then again, other things are just not. Does that make sense? Have you guys ever looked into a broken mirror with all the fragments everywhere? And like the biggest parts look the same, but all the smaller parts are fractured and all, confusing looking. Minicons and Macromus. Probably. I don't see why not. Like, I wanted to tell a regular universe story where there's going to be a Minicon planet because Micronus Prime left Cybertron, and instead of having the 13 tribes of Cybertron like an IDW, it's like, that's a little like the Bible, the 13 tribes of Israel. Even though this guy hates Christians. That's weird. Anyways, so I thought about the 13 primes were also colonizers. Like, they're the ones that went to different planets to colonize them. Since they were the firstborn of Cybertron, they had the freshest Primus essence to them. So maybe I'll have that in my story with the Minicons and whatnot, but who's to say? We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, painting like this is definitely not my favorite. Just trying to get the crevices. Not my favorite part of painting. I much prefer the broad strokes. Slightly easier to control. Let's paint all this gray in here. Yeah. Come on. I'm starting to think maybe I should have just spray painted her silver. What do you guys think? You like the gray, or should she have been silver? Do 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 do. Judge, have you seen the rumors of the Legacy Nemesis? Yes, and it might be a woman, which is cool because we need more big women. We need some representation of the large ladies, am I right? Some Amazonians up in here. But yeah, I think it's neat. It's about darn time that the Ark has an adversary to fight against. But I don't know. I was kind of hoping it would be Triptychon like in Prime and Fall of Cybertron slash War for Cybertron slash the Align continuity. Like that old Triptychon figure that we got back in Power of the Primes. Was it Power of the Primes? Prime Wars trilogy. Just did not work for me. All right. All right. Why do I feel like the arc's going to be done in 2024? Maybe. For SG Nightby, I think a Batman scheme would work. Makes sense since he's not Autobot's detective. Well, you see, there is an official Shatterglass Nightbeat based off Energon Rodimus. Not greatest of figures. And yes, I do know about My Hero Academia. I'm looking forward to the next season, like any other nerd, weeb, otaku, weeb. I still love. I think I prefer the first intro over the other intros. Like, there's just something so catching about it. It's like kind of high spirits, high hopes. Right. All right. Remember, they found a guy that was rickrolling people via ads. Nice. I already have My Hero X Transformers crossover custom ideas. Oh, really? Cool. I do not. I mean, I guess that could be another inspiration if you guys want to make customs, but you're like, oh, I'm tired of Transformers customs looking like other Transformers. I want to do something else. Take inspiration from like other franchises, I suppose. Like your Nightbeat Batman idea. That's a cool idea. My Hero Academias, they have a lot of cool costumes that you can use as inspiration for your own. Because let's face it, we as humans, we're kind of limited to what we can create. Because eventually, everything's just going to be very similar because we're humans. We're limited with what we can make and create because we're not God. We're limited with our human brains. So don't be scared to take inspiration from others while there's still lots of freedom of choice. Yesterday, I was on a Discord call with one of my friends, and they were designing an OC, and they had like a really cool color scheme idea that I've never seen in Transformers before. Because it's like based off a sports car that has like a custom wrap on it. And I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. So yeah, don't be scared to seek inspiration outside of Transformers for your customs. I've been meaning to tell you the things I should have told you the day that I first met you. What's up, Amber? Don't worry, I'll get back to reading comments in just a moment. Okay. Optimus is All Might. Ooh, Bumblebee is Deku, of course. Cyberverse Hot Rod is Bakugo. Yes. And so far, Victorian as Mount Lady. Nice. Do the protective bots have SG colors? Because mine are swapped. The blues are red and the reds are blue. To know what bot I'm using for them. I'm assuming you're using Inferno for hotspot, and if you're going to be, actually, how would you go about it doing the others? Or we could give a box of crayons and paper to a toddler and make a color scheme with it. Yeah, that too. Red is blue. Also, my Mount Lady Victorian is also doing double duty as SG Victorian. Cool. Flame War elements. Flame War, Airwave, Earth War, Farm Wave, Water War, Ocean War. Okay, that works. Or even make Power Ranger customs. Yeah, there we go. Use the Power Rangers. I saw this knockoff Dinobots, but they're in the Power Ranger colors, which was pretty neat. All right, I think I'm almost done painting all the gray. Oh, snap. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I am not almost done painting all the gray. Maybe I'm almost done painting the first layer of gray. We'll go with that. Because that feels like I'm not lying. What's wrong, Amber? Huh? What's wrong, puppy? Why are you looking at me like that? Or can't you? Oh, yes, you're a good girl. Yes, you are, except for when you poop on the carpet. Oh, good girl. All right. Although I am torn between using a prowl or blur for Ida because he has the personality, but the other has speed. Probably blur, maybe. Got all three flame war elements. Last one you need is airwave. I don't know. I skipped out on airwave. Okay. Okay, that might be a little bit too much paint. Alrighty. Oh, snap. Still got to paint right in there. Then I'll come back and paint the wheels black. Oh, you know what? I guess no. Alrighty. There we go so far. Hooah. There we go. That looks like something, I guess. Don't worry, it's not done yet. Obviously, I'm going to paint more on it. Unrelated, but I intended to repaint Speed Air Road Rocket into Nightbird as the body and overall build is closer than Siege Chroma. Oh, man, go for it. You say run, I say go for it. I mean, yeah, I don't see why Flame War couldn't have a sibling that's a different element than fire. Oh, wow, this black really does not want to stick. Darn it. Excuse me. All right, here in a few minutes, I'm going to be closing up the stream because I have other things going on here in a wee bit. So that'll give me time to get some water. Because as some of you longtime viewers, some of you guys know, I hardly ever bring water with me when I start a stream. It's really sad because the last time I went to start a stream and my internet crashed, I actually had fluids with me, so I was prepared. But yeah. Wow, I need to get more black paint. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, that's weird. That's a little odd. Maybe the second layer will go on better. Did someone put paint thinner in my black paint? All right, there we go. There we are. That's going to take a couple layers to fix. Okay, then. That's... Oh, have a good one, Elvis. The OCSG characters. Well, I still haven't quite figured out what I want to do for Shatterglass Dredge. I made the joke like, hey, what if I make... okay, so I didn't know this when I came up with the name Dredge, but in Japanese, it means to kidnap someone. So I made the joke like, hey, what if I made him a white van that has a sticker that says free candy on it? Not many people found it funny. They looked at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, WTF. I thought it was funny. Evil Autobot Dredge is a free candy van. Based off the Japanese translation of the word. No one else found it amusing, so guess I won't be doing that. There we go. All right. I want to use the APC Rampage and paint some parts black in the base color to make him look on fire. Ooh, cool. Make G1 dreads. Ooh, nice. I think I've seen people want to use Ironhide to make the dreads or DK Guard. Like, make him a G1 dread. It's like, how? How do you interpret the dreads as G1? Do you give them the alien-looking face that they have, or you just leave it normal, or what? Where do you get the dreadlocks? How does that even fit? And DK Guard. These are the things I need to know. Oh, dag nabbit, that gray paint wasn't done drying. There we go, just paint over it. They're not going to know. How are they going to know? All right. All right, let's see if the crotch is easier to paint. Slightly, no. Maybe I just need to use a different brush. Where's my other black brush at? Something's in the way. Dredge, I have an OC Decepticon that's a white van with words free candy on him. Well, I don't know who to use. There's a 44 RTS Jazz. Yeah, there's a lot of RTS Jazz customs. Given that the SG Junkions act like parasites, what would happen if the combiner limbs were attached to other gestalts? Would the combiner just slowly go insane, or would they end up brainwashed? I could do the DOTM Cyberverse round on the plane on car and crankcase. Oh, okay. So with the Junkions, like my take on the Junkion, with my take on the Shatterglass Junkions, they're like the Flood from Halo. So I believe that the Gestalt would get consumed and be turned into a Junkion Gestalt. That's just what I think. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to need more than one layer. Goodness. I think I might need to shake my paint. Because normally the black goes on pretty nicely. I don't know why it's so droopy. There we go. That looks better, I think. Time to find out. Time to find out. Maybe not. Dagnabbit. Yep, that's definitely going to need 2 layers of paint. That's another thing to look out for customizers. Sometimes the plastic that you go to paint doesn't want to have the paint on it. I've been told sometimes it's best to, oh shit. Sometimes it's best to sand down figures, that way you can get a nice even painting surface. But I don't own any sandpaper, and I keep on forgetting to buy some before I paint. I need someone to shoot me a text when I'm on my way home from work. Hey, buy sandpaper for painting. Would the Junkions have spores like the Flood, or solely? So for my lore for the Shatterglass Junkions, it's a Titan that has a control over nanites, right? And those nanites are like the spores. But the nanites have a difficult time with living beings, so that's why it's usually the dead that are reanimated, because the living, since Cybertronians are living, right? They basically have antibodies, much like us. Like the worst a nanite will do to a living Cybertronian is like give them the robot cold or flu. They're going to be sick for a little bit, but so long as they don't die, they'll be fine. Like their body will fight off the infection. But when they die, or if they have constant exposure, like say an infected form is attacking them, then that's just like a direct injection. It's one thing to get like an airborne virus, but it's another thing to be like direct inject. So the nanite spores with living beings, not that effective. But once it's injected and it's not just airborne, then that's when it becomes very infectious. I hope that makes sense. Not gonna lie, this is kind of fun painting this MMC figure, because the thing with MMC, they're not too simple and they're not overly complex. I feel like MMC kind of perfects that middle ground of being fun. Does that make sense? Because it's not like, oh, this is so easy, I could do it in my sleep, but it's like, oh, this is a fun transformation. Urban rough touches electrical button. SG Dinobots go wart, wart, wart. Dredge, steal a nail thinner thingy and use that to sand down your figures. Just remember to give it back. Wait, are SG Junkions like their own thing, or do they work with Prime? What do you mean? Oh, okay. So the Titan that controls the nanites, I do want to have this story element where Prime meets up with him because he's a smart guy. He knows about some things that happen. The Titan that controls the Junkions was exiled from Cybertron, right, under Sentinel's orders. So I don't know if I want to introduce the Junkions early on in the story and they help, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of deal, or if I want to wait till after. But I do want Optimus to meet the Titan in control of the Junkions, and he's like, I know who you are. My influence spreads throughout the stuff. I want him to be like the Gravemind, right? Like, basically, I don't want to word for word copy him. Like, I have listened through cracks in walls in time. But he's like, I have been around since before you were. Sentinel has been my enemy. But I have a voice changer app that makes the voice sound cool. So I already know what I want his voice to sound like. The Junkions want to work with Optimus, and I just really can't decide if I want them to join early on, like before the war, like they want to take down Sentinel, or if it's later on, like when the Decepticons rise up and Optimus is like, my force, I am facing a two-front war against alien Xeno scum and my own kind. And then the Gravemind or the Hive Mind is like, allow me to help. All I ask are for the bodies. And, the bodies so he can make more of his kind, right? So that's what I'm struggling with, is deciding if I want the Junkions to be at the start of the war or like in the Civil War, like partway through. So, yeah. All right. Wait, is Prime also part of 40K? No, but I think that's a good inspiration. I was talking with someone, I'm not going to say who, but I was talking with someone and they thought about making the Shatterglass Autobots like religious zealots, like jihadists. It's like, that sounds a lot like 40K. For the Emperor! Oh, great. Okay, this is where the fun begins. Yeah. Okay then. Well, no, dagnabbit, that's too much. Okay, that looks that looks all right. Dredge, what figure do you want to use for the Junkion Titan? So I don't want to use a figure, but I want to like make like a giant, like in scale head and like maybe a hand that's like. So originally I had this idea where it's like a head, but it's like missing the bottom jaw, or like there's a hole in the face and like the spinal cord comes out and it's like this puppet, like, join me and we shall destroy your enemies. So I want to make like a big prop, something that's like to scale with a Voyager Optimus, and like maybe have like a hand sticking out of a ground, and like the hand is so big that it's like a building, because Titans are supposed to be huge. Oh well, I already did a Shattered Glass shatter, and it's just regular movie colors, but using an RC figure. Yes, Rascal, I love you too, buddy. Oh, crap. I'm just going to have to paint over that, aren't I? All right. I am nearly completed with the gray and black. Obviously, I'm going to have to paint the biceps. But this stream's cutting pretty close to my cutoff time, so I think I just need to finish painting the shins and then call it the end. Yeah. All right. I have my own dreads. I use the 2007 crankcase as well as crankcase, the Prime Go ratchet as hatchet, and TAV bloody knockout as crowbar. Oh, cool, man. Very nice. Jag nabbit Tommy. Maybe I just need to use a different paint for this portion. Oh, there I go again, touching the wet paint. Swear it's like a superpower, you know. Some people fear the ability to touch grass. I touch wet paint. Gosh, why is that a meme? Touching grass. Like, trust me, I'm from Ohio. I've touched grass. I've tasted grass. You're not missing out on much. I used to mow yards for extra cash. So I know what it's like to touch grass. Oh, crap. There we go. All right. Hey, does anyone know what it means to get ratioed? Is that like a Twitter thing or like a gamer thing? Oh, man. I'm so out of touch with modern culture. I'm sorry, guys. All right. I think that's... Dag nabbit. Why? Why do I do this to myself? All right. There we go. Okay, then. My idea for SG Galvatron is using Skyhammer for a body, but using Generations Galvatron head, since that mold is not really good. Oh, cool. I'm going to use the Spikes dudes from the Rid 15 as dread. Nice. Those people need to go outside. Oh, what about SG Brainstorming Engineer colors? Maybe. Dredge, I am in several years behind competitive game slang. Same. Means like trash and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Get ratioed, trash. Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, but probably just gentlemen, I think this is the end of the stream because I have in previous engagements to attend to. So I hope you all have a happy new year. Thank you so much for stopping by. And you guys stay safe out there. And remember, be kind to others. Stay humble and do unto others as you would have others do unto you. There are no ladies here. Well, my girlfriend's at work, so she'll be home at about 8 o'clock, I think. So, peace out, guys. Stay safe. Remember, Jesus loves you and God's watching you, and so is the government. They're always watching you. They always got their eyes on you. Kidding, but yeah. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe, all right? Peace out. How do I end the stream? Oh no, how do I end the stream? Rascal, how do I end this? I don't know how to end streams. Take care, guys. God bless and have a happy New Year's. Good boy, Rascal. There's the exit button.